Understanding gender characteristics and sexual orientation, to love your child fully. Hello parents. In today's increasingly open society, topics about gender and sexuality are being discussed more frequently. This can sometimes leave us, as parents, feeling a bit confused. But don't worry. Understanding these topics correctly not only helps us better understand our children but also equips them with a strong foundation to step into life with confidence, self-respect, and an open heart. In today's discussion, we will clarify these concerns together. First, we will define core concepts about gender in a simple and understandable way. Next, we will explore scientific explanations to see that gender diversity is a completely natural aspect of humanity. And most importantly, we will learn what we can do to support our children in the most positive and loving way. Getting familiar with core concepts about gender. Before diving deeper, let's pause for a moment to clarify some important terms that you may have heard but might still find vague. Understanding these concepts correctly is the first key to unlocking the door to your child's inner world. First is biological sex. This is the most familiar concept. Determined by chromosomes, typically XX for female and XY for male. For most people, their biological sex aligns with their inner sense of self. However, another equally important concept is gender identity. Simply put, this is a person's self-awareness. Their deep internal sense of who they are, whether male, female, or another gender. Sometimes, a person's gender identity fully aligns with their biological sex. For example, a person born female may feel and identify as a woman. But sometimes, this is not the case. For instance, someone with a female biological sex might deeply feel and identify as a man. In this case, we refer to them as a transgender man. Next is sexual orientation. This term refers to a person's emotional, romantic, or sexual attraction to others. We are familiar with heterosexual people, who are attracted to the opposite gender, and homosexual people, who are attracted to the same gender. But human emotions are far more diverse. Some people are attracted to both genders, known as bisexual. Others are attracted regardless of gender, called pansexual. And some people have emotional needs but no sexual attraction, known as asexual. Finally, there's gender roles. These are societal expectations and norms imposed on men and women, such as the idea that boys must be strong and tough, while girls should be gentle and soft. However, you likely agree that every child is a unique individual with their own personality and environment. So, a boy being gentle and caring or a girl being strong and assertive is completely normal and nothing to worry about. Why is gender so diverse? A scientific perspective. After hearing these definitions, many parents might wonder, why is there a difference between biological sex and gender identity? Why is sexual orientation so varied? The answers lie in what science has discovered, showing that this diversity is far from abnormal. Scientists have pointed out that classifying human gender is not as simple as male or female. In fact, there are over 70 different aspects that contribute to a person's gender diversity. This means the world of gender is like a rainbow spectrum, not just black and white. One of the most influential factors in shaping a child's gender characteristics is hormones, particularly exposure to the male hormone androgen while in the womb. Yes, these differences are shaped even before a child is born. Hormone levels can affect brain development, influencing a child's psychology, personality, and how they perceive their gender later in life. Studies have shown that infants, just a few months old, already display different gender characteristics before they are exposed to societal norms. This demonstrates that gender identity and sexual orientation have deep biological roots, not merely a matter of choice or environmental influence. Evolutionary psychology also suggests that nature does not impose rigid templates for gender. On the contrary, evolution allows for diversity, as it helps humanity adapt better and plays a crucial role in the survival and development of society. Thus, who your child is and how they perceive their gender is part of nature's wonderful diversity. What can parents do to support their child? Understanding these concepts and scientific foundations is one thing, but applying them to family life is another journey. So, when facing these topics, what can we do to maintain family bonds and support our children best? The first and most important thing is to respect and prioritize your emotional connection with your child. Each of us has different preferences and perspectives. And so do our children. Sometimes, those differences relate to gender. No matter who your child is or what their gender identity or sexual orientation may be, they are still the child you love. Family bonds, unconditional acceptance, and love are the strongest anchors helping your child grow up happy and confident in being themselves. The second thing is to be patient with those around you. Grandparents, relatives, or friends may still hold outdated views and might say things that make you or your child uncomfortable. Instead of confronting them, be patient. Some people just need time to understand. And your patience is a sign of goodwill. Your role is to create a protective embrace for your child while gradually helping loved ones update their perspectives. Finally, if direct conversations feel challenging, find a more effective approach. Avoiding the topic isn't a solution, but you can choose a better time and setting. Perhaps during a family outing or a cozy evening when everyone is relaxed and open. A sincere, non-judgmental conversation has the power to connect far more than 1,000 arguments. The journey of parenting is one of learning and growing alongside your child. Understanding gender is not just about knowledge, it's a profound lesson in empathy, respect, and love. Wishing all parents and children open conversations and a home filled with love.